This video is going to show you how to do a bar chart in SPSS. We are going to start by going to our Graphs menu, go down to Legacy Dialogues, and you're going to search for a bar chart, which is right here at the top. And you're going to see there's three options. So the first one we're going to do in this example is a simple bar chart, which is the default, and it's already selected for you. And we're going to have summaries for groups of cases, which is the default, also selected. We're going to click Define. And now we want to go to the top and choose the radio button that is the percentage of cases. So our bars will represent percentages, not frequencies. We're going to start by looking at the variable poll views, which is political views. And you can put that in the category axis here. And so this is going to be the variable used in our bar chart. So make sure you paste your syntax. Don't just click OK, so you have a record of it. So you can paste your syntax. You'll have to go down to the icon and potentially find your syntax. I've been making pie charts already, but now we're going to do this bar chart down here. Highlight your syntax, click Run. And you'll see here that we have a bar chart showing political views. And each bar represents a percentage. And you can see on the y-axis, there are percentages. Each bar has a nice label. You can see all the way to the left, there's extremely liberal. All the way to the right is extremely conservative. And then in the middle, there's moderate. So we have a Likert style question and answer categories. So we're looking at an ordinal variable. And we can look at the actual percentages, the exact percentages, by double clicking the graph. It'll open the chart editor, and we can add data labels. And so the percentages will pop up right onto the bars, and you can answer questions like, what percent of the sample is slightly liberal? And that's this bar right here, slightly liberal, and that's 11.9%. What percent of the sample is extremely conservative? So you can go over here, all the way to the right, extremely conservative, 3.9%. Which category is the most common? That's the moderate category. And what is the percent for that? And it's 38.8%. So that's a really basic bar chart. And you can add those data labels and easily answer questions, but it's possible you might have to make a more complicated bar chart. So let's make a slightly more complicated bar graph now. So we're going to go up to Graphs, we're going to go to Legacy Dialogues, and we're going to click Bar again. When you get to this dialog box, choose the Clustered Bar Chart option, which is the second option. And you're going to go ahead and keep the summaries for groups of cases selected. So we have clustered selected, it's black. We have summaries for groups of cases selected. And then click Define. And you'll see that the N of cases is automatically clicked, but I want you to click the percentage of cases. And now we're going to choose the variable degree. So this is the highest college degree that the respondent earned. And then we're going to click the arrow that will place that variable in the category axis space. So that's this first one here. So we're going to click that arrow. Oops, I must have clicked it twice. There we go. So now the degree variable is in category axis. Now we're going to choose the variable sex. So this is what is the respondent's sex, and we're going to click the arrow that will place that variable in the Define Clusters by space. So we click that. Now we're going to paste this syntax, and it's going to be in our syntax window, so we have to go find it. And you can see the syntax is just a little bit different. It's a grouped bar graph, it's a percentage that we want, and it's this variable by that variable. So it's the variable for college degree by sex. So you can highlight that and run it. And you'll scroll down in your output window, And you can see the blue bars represent the males and the red bars represent the females. So let's go ahead and look at the percentage here. Okay. Go to Elements and Show Data Labels, and they all pop up. Or you can do that. You can go to Data Label mode and you can click the data labels like this. So there's two ways to do that. And it's actually showing all of them, but sometimes SPSS doesn't always show all the data labels. It is today, and I don't know why, but sometimes that chart editor does give me a little bit of trouble. Maybe that glitch has been fixed. So now we can answer some questions using this bar chart. I'm going to go ahead and exit that out, and we can answer questions. So what percent of the males in the sample report a graduate degree as their highest degree? So you can say, okay, graduate degree. We go over here, and it's 10.1% because the male is the blue bar. What percent of the females in the sample report a high school degree as their highest degree? Okay, so we go down to the high school, and we're going to look at the red bar. All right, and that's 51.6%. Do males or females report a greater percentage of bachelor degrees as their highest degree? Well, we can go over to bachelor's degree, and we can see that it's males. And what about a greater percentage of high school degrees as their highest degrees? And that is females. And for graduate degrees, males. So you can make comparisons by sex in one bar graph, which is really, really helpful. So those are a couple of examples of how you might need to make bar graphs in SPSS.